Well, ISIS has claimed responsibility for Monday's suicide bombing at a concert in Manchester, England. Singer Ariana Grande has just finished the show when that bomb went off. The blast killed at least 22 people, including children. Dozens more are being treated for injuries. Concertgoers described the chaos after that explosion.
All of a sudden we heard like the first explosion and everybody turned around thinking that it was like a gun or something like that. Nobody knew like what to think and everybody just screamed and ran and it was horrendous.
Well, police have arrested a 23-year-old in connection with that attack, but the bomber was killed in the blast. Well, the attack has garnered worldwide condemnation from government leaders, including British Prime Minister Theresa May, who is in Manchester at this hour. Earlier, she said the attack stands out for its sickening cowardice that targeted defenceless children. Nic Robertson joins us now from 10 Downing Street with more on this angle of the story. Nic, Theresa May saying this is one of the worst terror attacks the country has ever seen.
Yeah, and we've heard a lot today about how people were quick to help out on the scene, that the emergency services and their response was fast. And we've heard Theresa May, among many others today, praise them. Theresa May has also talked about the British resolve here, saying that the terrorists will not prevail.
Today, let us remember those who died, and let us celebrate those who helped. Safe in the knowledge that the terrorists will never win, and our values, our country and our way of life will always prevail.
So in a few hours' time, Theresa May will come back from Manchester, where she'll have had that and received that full briefing from the police there about their investigation. She will have another COBRA, another cabinet meeting with her top security, counterintelligence, police, defence officials here, as well as other cabinet members, to try to begin to work out what they do next. And obviously, for consideration for the police and others, will be other major events coming up, other major public gatherings, and one of those of significance will, of course, be the FA Football Cup final this weekend, a major annual fixture at Wembley Football Stadium here in London. So consideration will undoubtedly be given to how to better secure these big and major events for concerts like this one, appealing to younger people, but also any drawing in large crowds.
And Nic, after meeting with the intelligence team and security, is it possible that the Prime Minister will consider changing the terror threat level, which I think is at the second highest right now?
Severe right now, meaning highly likely. This is something we've heard from politicians, from the Prime Minister, from the police over recent months, even last year, the year before, that it was considered the threat level was severe. But after the Westminster attack and after this one, it seems the police are not prepared to raise it. Theresa May is not prepared to raise it to critical. Critical, of course, means something even more than highly likely. It means that the police are aware that an attack would be imminent, which would be an indication that there was a terror cell perhaps that they were watching, that they had believed were going operational, that they'd lost track of, and therefore you have to put the nation on the absolute highest alert, because there's specific information leading to a belief that there will be an attack very, very soon. At the moment, they're sticking with that level, meaning highly likely, and that could mean in days ahead. But it's unspecified, if you will. It's a belief that there are people out there that want to commit these attacks rather than a knowledge that there is a cell that's out there that's about to do something. Lynda?
And Nic, I heard from one concert goer earlier today saying that they decided to see the performance in Manchester rather than London because of the security of fears. The attack in March played on their mind. Why Manchester? Any indication as to why an attack would be carried out there?
Well, that venue itself is one that people will travel to from all over the north of England who don't want to travel all the way to London to come to see major acts like Ariana Grande. So this perhaps was targeted because it would cause a major headline, if you will. This was a major event, a big concert attracting a lot of people, and it would cause a major headline. But the reality is that the preponderance of attacks have been here in London. Many of the plotters and other terrorists that have been thwarted in the country have been based in the north. We think back to the 2005 attack on the London transport network. The attackers there were mostly based in the Leeds area, which isn't so far from Manchester. But the perception has been is that the majority of the attacks come in London, even though the threat is around the country. And the security has been stepped up in London. So it's quite natural that people would think potentially they would be safer in the north of the country, and the terrorists think that they can have a softer target in the north of the country because security might be lower. That clearly needs a further examination by the security services and if you will, more messaging by politicians like Theresa May that while London has been the focus, and you think of Westminster doesn't get any more central than that because it causes a large headline for the terrorists, they will take anywhere that they can get.
Yeah, certainly a soft target attacking these children there. Nic Robertson, good to have you with us. Thank you. Well, we will have more coverage of the Manchester terror attack still ahead. The latest on the investigation and some of the young victims. A live update from Manchester just ahead. Stay with us.